Hello everybody, Joel Tadman here from Golf Monthly, and in this video I'm taking a look at a product that I think could well be an absolute game changer on the greens. If you struggle with your putting, this is definitely a product you need to check out and potentially try, because it could transform your fortunes on the greens. Seen did a recent putter test on the Golf Monthly YouTube channel. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. But if you're thinking about upgrading your putter in 2020, definitely consider putting one of these on it. It is a SuperStroke Wrist Lock grip. And I've got two big questions really about this grip. The first question is, how is it legal? The design of it would suggest that it's definitely pushing the boundaries about the rules of golf and what's allowed in terms of grips on putters. So we're going to look into that. And the second question is, how does it perform? Does it transform your ability to hold more putts and be more consistent on the greens? That's what I want to find out in this video. So let's have a deeper dive into the product, how it's designed and how it performs. Right, okay, so the SuperStroke Wrist Lock putter grip, how does it work and who is it aimed at? Well, it's aimed at golfers who have too much wrist action in their strokes. Sorry, as the wind gets up, it's very windy here at Burley Park today. But essentially what it's designed for golfers who really have their wrists break down during the stroke. You can see here, I'm just exaggerating it for you. Golfers often lose this angle in their trail arm. The putter grip works back away from the target, and that just leads to inconsistency of strike and distance control. But if you were to use a system like this SuperStroke Wrist Lock grip, essentially what it does is it means the top of the grip, because it has this protruding section that's on the side of the grip towards the hole, you position that up against the inside of your lead arm, and then you can see there, if I make a practice stroke, it's designed to stop the wrists from breaking down. It essentially locks them in place, as the name suggests. So I'll try and demonstrate one for you now. Not a good start, but still, you see there the wrists aren't breaking down. They're all staying as one unit, and by using the bigger muscles, it should be a more consistent action. The big question is, does it work, and how is it approved by the rules of golf? Let's answer both those questions. So another question I certainly asked myself when I first saw this SuperStroke Wrist Lock grip is, how is this putter grip legal? Because surely it is a performance enhancing grip whereby you're changing what is a traditional grip into quite an elaborate shape to improve performance, and therefore that must be against the rules of golf. But this putter grip is approved by the USGA. And I'll just read you what the rules of golf say about putter grips, because the rules on putter grips are different to conventional grips. So the rules of golf say, on the R&A website, says that a putter grip may have a non-circular cross-section, provided that cross-section has no concavity, so it doesn't go inwards, is symmetrical and remains generally similar throughout the length of the grip. The phrase generally similar is interpreted to mean that the butt or top end of the grip must not involve a sharp change in slope or dramatic flare on the underside. So this protruding shape would not be allowed if it was on the underside of the grip, but because it's on the left hand side, as I look kind of to the side of the grip, that means it's allowed. And that's why we've seen pistol grips on Scotty Cameron putters down the years which do have a protruding shape on the underside, but it's pretty subtle. I'm sure they would want to make it a bit more exaggerated if they wanted to, because that would probably help performance. But obviously the rules of golf say that it only needs to be relatively gentle. It can't be too dramatic. So that's the reason why this putter grip is permitted by the rules of golf. And I think it's about time we give it a bit more of a test and see if it actually works and helps me hold more putts. Right, so I've had a thorough test of this SuperStroke Wrist Lock grip, and I have to say I've been very impressed with it, and I'm definitely considering employing it in my own game, in my own bag, out on the course, because I've tested the arm lock method and I was as equally impressed with the arm lock putter. There's definitely some merit there in terms of keeping everything together, and I definitely found like I putted as well as a conventional putter. And there's no question you might lose a bit of feel this way because it is so mechanical. But I think this is kind of a less drastic version of the arm lock method, and it definitely could help a lot of golfers, there are some problems with it. You know, it's not a perfect system. While it is a lot longer, you know, I do feel like I actually have to have my hands quite a long way down the grip to be able to get that section that sticks out to actually rest up against the inside of my forearm. You might be designed differently, so you might not have that problem, but for me, that meant felt like I was quite bent over as I putted, which might be a good thing for golfers. Sometimes getting close to the ball actually helps them hold more putts, but I felt like that posture wasn't really maintainable. It might hurt my back over time, so potentially want to think about lengthening your putter to accommodate it. And then the other thing to talk about is kind of the shaft lane. You know, that is an issue for me. You know, I actually had to employ quite a lot of shaft lean as well to get the wrist lock grip to work. And as a result, you know, this TaylorMade putter I've put it on has 3 degrees of loft. And I felt like once I was in position, it was probably more like -1 degrees of loft. So that was definitely a problem in terms of the roll of the ball. Felt like the ball was kind of going into the ground a little bit too much and then popping up. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I could definitely putt with it because the hands were so far ahead of the ball, I felt like they were coming up more as I was making the putt. So actually, my attack into the ball was a little bit shallower than it normally is. So they kind of counteracted each other a little bit. But I think you would definitely need to make some modifications to your putter to really make this work, and I'm definitely considering it. So the first thing you probably need to do is lengthen the putter by 1 or 2 inches, and then the second thing you'd want to do is add some loft to your putter. And if your PGA Pro can do that for you, I think this is definitely an option to try, because for me, I felt like I was more consistent from short and mid-range. Long putts, I felt like I struggled with the kind of consistency of distance. I felt my feel of distance was taken away a little bit, but I think over time I would get used to that. And if I can make those loft adjustments to get the roll a bit more true and hugging the ground a bit earlier, I think this could be a winning formula for a lot of golfers. Definitely something you should consider trying. I would say if you already use a lot of shaft lean in your putting action, maybe you've already made some changes to the loft of your putter to accommodate that, and maybe you already stand quite bend over to the ball, you won't notice the effect of the wrist lock grip as much, and therefore it's even more suitable for you to try. Comes in at $29.99, so a little bit more expensive than most other SuperStroke grips on offer, but it does have all the other technologies we like from SuperStroke, so that no taper design all the way down. It's got that tacky feeling in your hands, that cross pattern on it, which gives you a nice firm hold, good control of the grip. And it is compatible with the counter core weight, so you see it's got a screw in the top. If you like that system, you can add it from maybe your old putter into this putter to get that same feeling. So in summary, I don't think it's quite as simple as literally just putting the SuperStroke wrist lock grip on your normal putter and off you go. I think there will be some modifications you would need to make to your putter to make it work fully. That said, if you did put it on your putter, I think you could get on with it. So hopefully you found this video useful in terms of giving you an insight about what this SuperStroke wrist lock grip is all about. I think it's one of the best new products I've seen in recent months. Definitely worth a try if you struggle with your putting on the greens. And I'd love to know what you think about it. Are you considering giving this SuperStroke wrist lock grip a go? You know, are you struggling with your putting? Have you toyed with the arm lock method? Is the arm lock method something that was too drastic for you? Maybe this is a nice compromise that could work to change your fortunes on the greens. I'd love to hear from you. Guys, thanks for watching. But for me, from Burley Park Golf Club, it's goodbye from me. I'll see you next time.